Hey everybody, it's CJ, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button to get all the updates of new videos and content that I create. Enjoy! What if Ruby was in the Land Before Time 8, The Big Freeze, Part 3? After the scuffle with Hip and back at the secret caverns, they were welcomed by their families. Chomper was glad to be back, sharing stories from beyond the mysterious beyond. As the fire flickered, all were amazed by what Chomper was working on. Water boiled before he placed leaves within the water, allowing it to sit. After a few minutes, he removed the leaves and offered the hot water to those around him. "Be careful, and blow on it, and sip it. Don't drink it." They did as he said, amazed by the new and unknown flavor. "How did you do this?" "It's called tea, Mrs. Fast Runner." Chomper blew and sipped on his own. "My other father loves tea, and my other mother likes the stuff called coffee. I'm still trying to find a bean to make my own." "I don't know, sis. You may have a competition as to who was the smartest among your group," Rusty teased. "Yeah, Chomper was showing us how to weave vines earlier," Rudy added and held up some woven object. "We got so many of them stockpiled in the caves." "Chomper, the last thing the twins need is something to get them in trouble." "I was showing them how to use it for a good purpose. I use one as a blanket to keep warm." "See, no need to worry, sis. We promised Chomper we'd be good." "Sure you did." Ruby only rolled her eyes at the twins, who shared knowing grins. Enjoying the warm tea and tales of wonders they found hard to comprehend, Ruby treasured each moment. The home planet was strange. Objects called buildings towered higher than the highest tree. To get around, instead of walking, the sky beings used these flying objects known as vehicles to travel. It's so incredible. "Why did you ever leave?" Rusty wondered. "I would have stayed if I were you." "Yeah, the Great Valley must seem so small and boring compared to all that," Rudy added. "Well, I missed home. My friends, you guys, my parents, and, His gaze fell upon Ruby. "There was a lot waiting for me here." "Right. Well, time for sleep." Trudy rose and patted the twins, who groaned, not wanting to have to go to their sleeping spots yet. As everyone was getting settled and chattered while they entered the secret caverns, Ruby approached Chomper. "Good night, Chomper." "Good night, Ruby. I hope you rest easy." "And about earlier." Her beak gave his cheek a quick peck. "Thank you again for being my hero." Rubbing the area, Chomper flushed and smiled. To his mound, he climbed up and got settled in, laying back and looking at the night sky. Everything was perfect, and nothing could ruin that. As he lay, he noticed white dots dropping from the gray clouds above. Chomper sat up and caught the white dots that melted in his palms. He shrugged and got settled back once more, drifting off into a deep, deep sleep. The next day, Chomper joined the group as Mr. Thicknose rambled on about the world. Ruby held her tongue, and Ducky sat by Petrie, far from Spike, who seemed a bit sad that his sister was giving him the cold treatment. Littlefoot was last to join them, showing up later than expected. Guys! Did you see it? The white dots that fell from the sky last night. When you touched them, they turned to water." "A frozen sky water? Impossible. The frozen sky water never falls here in the Great Valley." Mr. Thicknose was clearly unimpressed. "I saw it too, sir." "And who might you be? Or should I ask, what might you be?" Mr. Thicknose scanned Chomper over cautiously. I'm a Sharptooth." "A Sharptooth can't talk, Leaf Eater. That's ridiculous." "So is frozen sky water falling in the Great Valley. But it happens, sir." "Well, I never agreed to share my valuable information with a Sharptooth. So I will have to ask you to leave." "You can't do that." "Miss Ruby, unless you wish to leave too, I suggest you sit down and be quiet." "I'll go. It's fine." Chomper offered a small smile. There's no need to get upset. Right, back to the lesson. And I hope there will be no more interruptions. Mr. Thicknose looked at Ruby and Littlefoot. So as I was saying, the world is flat. The world is actually round. Ruby! Sarah nudged her. Miss Ruby, if you continue to interrupt me, then perhaps you might not wish to come back at all. Ruby was silent for a moment, and to everyone's surprise, she left. Heading where Chomper went, she searched for him. She found him by the water, his shoulders slumped as he gazed down at his reflection, sniffing and crying silently. It broke her heart to see him hurt, and she was mad at Mr. Thicknose for sending her best friend away. Chomper! She knelt by him. He rubbed his eyes. Ruby, why are you here? And to be with you. They shared a small smile and noticed something was off. Through one of the passages, a group of spike-tails entered the Great Valley. Newcomers, a wandering herd who migrated, which was nothing new. But the news the spike-tail herd brought was interesting. At the meeting place, the members of the Great Valley spoke with the spike-tail leader, a male who addressed all. The frozen sky water never fell before, but this season cycle we had to leave to escape the cold. The Great Valley members murmured. Well, frozen sky water never falls here, so you're welcome to stay as long as you want, Grandpa Longneck offered kindly. As if we have enough food to go around, and spike-tails eat a lot. Everyone threw Mr. Three-Horn a glare. What, it's true. As the adults spoke, Ruby spotted Spike mingling with a tiny spike-tail child. The pair ran off, enjoying the greens the Great Valley had to offer. Since Ducky and Spike were having some sibling disagreement, well, Ducky was mad at Spike, and they weren't on talking terms. So Spike sought friendship in the spike-tailed child Tippy. It was clear both were eager to spend as much time together as they could before Tippy had to leave, and despite Spike not being able to talk, Tippy understood him. It's amazing how you can speak right to my heart. Without saying a word, you can light up the dark. Try as I may, I could never explain what I hear when you don't say a thing. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. A touch of your hand says you'll catch me if ever I fall. Yeah, you say it best when you say nothing at all. All day long I can hear dinosaurs talking out loud. But when you pull me near, you can drown out the crowd. Old Mr. Thicknose could never defy what's being said between your heart and mine. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. A touch of your hand says you'll catch me if ever I fall. Yeah, you say it best when you say nothing at all. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. A touch of your hand says you'll catch me wherever I fall. Yeah, you say it best when you say nothing at all. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. A touch of your hand says you'll catch me wherever I fall. Yeah, you say it best when you say nothing at all. When you say nothing at all. When you say nothing at all. Since Ruby was no longer attending lessons with Mr. Thicknose, Chomper showed her how he traveled so quickly from place to place. Grabbing a vine, he swung from tree to tree, able to even use his feet and tail, too. Ruby was amazed, as she was with many things about Chomper. She tried to locate him among the treetops, spotting him sliding along the limbs, balancing himself with ease and grace. He leapt and flew, landing by her, rising from his crouched position. He offered her his hand, lifting her so she clung to his back, allowing her to join him as he took to the tops of the trees again. It was fun and even romantic to be so close to him, Ruby leaning her face against him. It was sunset, and they sat side by side on a limb, surrounded by beautiful blossoming flowers that only bloomed during the start of the cold times. Chomper plucked a plant off and passed it to Ruby, who took it and sniffed it, placing it on her head. Chomper scooted closer and was about to place his arm over his back till he rubbed his neck.
Oh, what a lovely night! How lovely night it is!
Yeah, lovely. Chomper blushed as his eyes fell on Ruby.
Tippy and Spike seem to be getting along,
Ruby remarked as they were able to view the pair from their perch. I think Spike has a bit of a crush on Tippy, and maybe Tippy likes him back.
Oh, well, I never saw Spike share a tree star with someone like he did with Tippy. It's so cute. They are so cute together.
Yeah, together. Yep. Chomper's tail swept back and forth when Ruby took and clutched his hand. The bright circle set, and Ruby hung tightly to Chomper, who moved through the tops of the trees, getting them to the secret caverns without having to worry about bumping into Hip, another wonderful reason to travel in their new fashion. Once at the secret caverns, Chomper made sure Ruby was safely set on the ground before he rose, standing to look down at her. How he missed her. The vast coldness of space was lonely, and if not for studying from the sky-being parents, he'd have been completely lost. Good night, Ruby. Sleep well.
Good night, Chomper.
She leaned up to give him a quick kiss.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Again, and without thinking, she gave his cheek another peck.
Oh, good night.
She raced into the caverns, trying to hide her flushed face. Chomper grinned and held a dreamy expression, touching where she kissed him. Ambling to the mound, he climbed in and lay back, sighing with content. What a day! He closed his eyes and drifted off. Cold. He was cold when he turned over. Chomper sat up and gasped, brushing off the layer of frozen sky water with a shake of his vine blanket. Out from the secret caverns, the Fast Runner family inspected the white wonderland that had appeared overnight. Rusty and Rudy chased each other, yelling for Chomper to join them. The three boys wrestled, while Ruby and her parents were more curious about the strange phenomenon. And of course the other adults were worried, calling an emergency meeting. The gang stood side by side as the adults went back and forth. "See, I told you guys! Frozen sky water!" "Yeah, we told you so," Chomper added as he crossed his arms over his chest. "Frozen sky water, just like the other night when it fell." Littlefoot was happy to be right and have proof of what he saw. Gussie was so excited he didn't realize how loud he said it, for his statement caught the attention of the adults.
"What did you say, Littlefoot?"
Mr. Threehorn became interested in the fact that frozen sky water had fallen prior to that night. "I told my friends about it and asked Mr. Thicknose what he made of the possibility of frozen sky water falling here." All eyes fell on Mr. Thicknose, who was hesitant to respond. "Oh, well, the boys said something. I simply thought it was preposterous and impossible. He and the Sharptooth mentioned it, and I—"
"You're a real disappointment, and let the entire Great Valley down. If you knew about this, you should have told us. And here we thought you knew everything."
"So did I," Mr. Thicknose responded.
"Well, I don't think he should be allowed to fill our young's head with his crackpot ideas and foolish assumptions."
Now, Mr. Threehorn, there is no need to be so gruff. Right now we must face the task at hand," Grandpa Longneck said to ease the tension. What broke up the awkward silence was when Ducky threw a frozen skywater ball at Spike. He smiled and only laughed it off. It was on. The gang began to make balls and threw them at one another. Sarah dove behind Littlefoot and swung her tail to send a snowball flying at Ruby. The gang paused for a moment when Mr. Threehorn was hit in the crossfire. Then the adults joined in on the fun, Petrie's mom helping Petrie from atop a limb. Mr. Threehorn created a large one and watched it roll toward and up Grandpa Longneck's back to strike him in the face. At first, Grandpa Longneck was shocked, then laughed it off. When everyone had had their fun, it was time to say goodnight and head home.
Oh, what a day!
Ruby shivered suddenly.
Oh, it's a bit cold.
"Hey, here you go, sis." Rusty offered Ruby a woven vine cloak that covered her.
Thanks, little brother.
"See, we told you we'd use it for something useful and helpful." Rudy held one and shared it with Rusty. The fast runners returned home and gathered around the fire for warmth. Chomper's parents left for the mysterious island and most likely would remain there till the Great Valley warmed up. And while the frozen sky water seemed magical and beautiful, the nuance slowly wore off fast.